Welcome back. We are talking about waves today, and we're talking about how that they actually superimpose, so they come over top of each other. So if you have two waves, you can either make that wave bigger in amplitude, or it can actually cancel out. So whether you're talking about noise canceling earphones, which actually use a little speaker to show you the upside down sound that you're hearing so that it actually cancels, or an amplifier, which will make something louder than it normally is. Both of these use waveforms to add or subtract. So it's constructive or deconstructive interference. So on the left, I've got two waves, and they're going to show me what's going to happen. And then on the right, I've got a wave where I've got one coming up and one coming down, and they're asking me to make some guesses of what's going to happen. So let's look here on the left. I've got a wave. This is a crest of a wave, and here's a crest of a wave, and they're going to come together. So as they're coming together, right now they're 1, 2, 3, 4 away, and then one comes in, the other comes in. That's making them 2 away. So I'm going to do the very same thing here. So this one is starting here, so I'm going to come in 1. This is going to come up and then come back. Same thing here. This starts at 2, so I'm going to bring it in 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now what's going to happen on the next one is that they're going to touch, and they actually will become one wave. Same thing on this one. They're going to touch together, become one wave. So here I've got it starting at 2, so I'm going to start at 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, same thing here, only this is now negative. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's coming together, and now we're going to see that any further in, and the whatever is negative is going to cancel with whatever's positive. So that's what's happening here. These two things are joining together and are going to be higher than they were by themselves. So here's where it would have been. This is 1. Here's where it would have been. So the dotted line is showing it where it would have been. And instead of the line coming at the bottom here, it's actually going to raise, and you're going to have a louder sound. Two sounds coming in, adding together is going to give you a louder sound. Remember, this is amplitudes, this is loudness, than you would, or a brighter light or whatever. What's going to happen here? Okay, so we're starting on the 4th one. 4. Okay, so we'll have 1, 2 up to there, and then this one is the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, what would have happened was this. Okay, but they're overlapping, and because they're overlapping, you're actually going to get something canceled. So this one here is going to cancel with this one, and so it's going to be here. Okay, anything that's going to be together, and so you've got a one here to there. So you're actually going to make it steeper than it would have been. Okay, so they're going to add up. So this one cancels out. This one is going to be higher. See, this one is just a little off, and so it's going to be higher than it was, and then this one is going to be lower than it was, and it cancels. At 4 seconds, we're going to have that they would have overlapped each other. Well, if one is 2 and the other is 2, then it's going to make an amplitude of twice 2 since they're adding together, and so you're going to end up coming up. Here, you would have had, at 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it would have been here, and likewise underneath it, here. Okay, but this one's going to cancel with this. This is canceling with this. This is canceling with this, and you're going to end up with a straight line. Okay, that's all you're going to do. They're going to cancel each other out. This one adds together. This one cancels together. This is constructive. This is destructive. Okay. Now, once they start passing each other, okay, one's moving to the right, one's moving to the left, you're going to get an identical situation here where they add up together, not as high as it was in the very middle, but somewhat higher than it would have been. Likewise, as the one to the left continues to move under and the one to the right continues to move over, okay, then wherever they don't overlap is going to continue. So it's going to go over 1, and I'm going to get 1, 2 here, okay. Likewise, oops, this one's straight line, it's here. Okay, there's that. Okay. Now, where would it have been? It would have been here, and it would have been here, but this is going to cancel with this, leaving you this, and so you're going to get a steeper one in the other direction. You see, this one was steeper than normal, and this is coming out as steeper than normal, same as this one. Okay. Now, as they separate, you're going to see it's going to be like this, but it's backwards, so you're going to get one here, okay, so they're going to add up. So now they're at the steepness as before, but they're just going to add together. And now this one is going to come down. And they're moving apart from each other. This one is moving this way. This one's moving this way. Okay, so if you made a little movie, the lower one was heading to the left, the upper one is heading to the right, so they're coming together. They fuse. Now they go steeper than normal. Okay, now they completely overlap, and as they overlap, here was the overlap, they cancel, completely cancel. Now as this one continues to move in this direction, you're going to get a steepness in the other direction, then they fuse again, now they break, and the left one moves and the right one moves. So you're getting a, this would be a deconstructive interference. Okay, so this one's similar, it's just a little bit bigger. You've got kind of a positive and negative and positive, and what's going to happen when they come together. Okay. All right, so both of them are going to come one step. So this is moving up 2, and then down 2, and then down 2, and up 2. Same thing here. This is moving down and up and down. Okay. Now what's going to happen next? Okay. Next, this one's going to fuse together with this one. So this is going to go up. That, and then this one's going to go down. Okay. Now it's fused. So now what happens? Okay, this one is still moving in this direction. This one is moving in this direction. Okay, so you're going to have some canceling. Okay, as they move over top of each other, they're going to cancel. If there's one that's positive and one that's negative in the same place, they cancel down to 0 if they're equal. Okay, so what's going to happen? Okay, so we've got, let's start here. So this is going to be N1. This is going to go down, back up, up. Okay, and we'll see what happens here. Same thing happens here. This is going to go up, okay. All right, so what happens? What should happen is this. Okay? Where these two are going to be lined up, they're going to cancel each other out to here. And so this is going to be steeper than normal. Okay? It's going to be steeper than normal. Where they overrun, they break apart. Okay? Now, what's going to happen as they continue? So this one's going to move again. Okay? Now this is where it would be. So those are our dotted lines. Dotted lines. But what's happening on the bottom is the same thing. You're getting an overlap. Okay. So what's going to happen here? This is going to cancel with this here. This is going to cancel with this here and here. And so you're going to get a straight line here to where you're going to have a dip and a line and then a dip down. Okay. Now, as it passes, you're going to get something like this in the other direction. Okay. But you're also going to have some overlap. So there's something that's going to happen just a little bit weird. Okay. I think that's why they picked this. So this is now going in 1, 2. Okay. Let me show you where it would be. It's going to be here. And then where it would be. Okay. It should be here. That's where it should be. Now what's this one? This one's coming in. 1, 2. Okay. And now where should it be? Okay. Do you see you've got some major overlap. And wherever it's on both sides, both of these is above the 0 line, they're going to add. So you're going to get a plateau here. Same thing here. Both of these are under the line, so they're going to add negatively. Okay. But then these are going to cancel. And you're going to get something central. And so you're going to get something like that. Okay. All right. As it continues. Okay. So we've got this. Okay. Let's say where that should be. Let's just say where it should be. Okay, so these are all dotted lines, dotted lines, dotted lines. Okay. Okay. But what's happening is they have overlapped each other. Both of these have overlapped. Okay, since this one is doubled, this one is doubled. That means that 2 of these are above the line. So this is going to go up to 4. So this is going up to here. And it goes all the way to here. Likewise, this one's going all the way up to here. This one is 2 plus 2 more. So we're going all the way to here. And so you get a really tall, stiff thing. Okay. Okay. Now, what happens now? Okay, this one is still moving in this direction. The other one is still moving in this direction. Okay, so this negative one has moved further to the left. This one has moved further to the right. Okay, so what is that going to look like? Okay. Well, this one should be here. Let's see what it looks like. It should be. Okay. Right. Then it's gonna look like this. Okay, so that's what the left one should look like. What does the right one look like? Okay. The right one is 1 over from here, so it's going to go here. Okay. So we want to know where does it add? Well, this one has two, I'm sorry, it's one, but it's overlapped. So it's going to double from 1 to 2. So it'll be here, and you're going to get a straight line here. Okay, likewise, this one's going to look like this, and you're going to get a straight line here. And then these will cancel, and you'll get something like that. Okay. And then the last one, where does it look like? This one is going to be here. This one is going to be underneath it. So this one will completely cancel. Okay. And then the one that was left is still low. And then this one is high. Really interesting, but very, very hard. So there's 16 minutes for you. Hope you learned something.